a single barrel rye distilled in the heart of Tennessee. This whiskey has complex flavors of fruit and toasted oak. Just kidding, this is Jack Daniels. Is this stuff good or bad? Let's find out. All right, time to review one of the most well-known brands in whiskey, and that is Jack Daniels. This is a little bit of a different Jack Daniels. It's the single barrel rye, and it's a little small bottle. When I went and bought, I think when I bought the Japanese, I found this little guy, and I was like, oh, that's cheap, I'll buy it. Now, I have been known to say that I don't think Jack Daniels is good.
You know, you can get 20 bucks easy. You know, Jack is poop.
But maybe I was wrong, so let's find out. The mash bill for this is 70% rye, 18% corn, and 12% malted barley. So this is a rye whiskey. So it doesn't follow the same rules as a bourbon, obviously. This has to be at least 51% rye. So that being said, I should be able to get a little bit more, spicy cinnamon baking notes out of this. At least I'm hoping, because I love the old scout. I always go back to that. The little bit of a nuance to the way Jack Daniels does this is because Jack Daniels is Tennessee whiskey, they still do the Tennessee whiskey process, which is the Lincoln County process, which is they just put the distillate through, I think it's 10 pounds of the maple sugar charcoal. So this mellows that a little bit. This is 94 proof, 47% alcohol. So a little more than some of the ones I've been having lately on the channel, so it might be a good thing. Really nice, like coppery color. I poured it out earlier, and I kind of said it looked like iced tea, but the legs are pretty quick. It's not going to be one of the best mouthfeels, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just not gonna, I don't have a rating for mouthfeel. So let's give us a nice little nose now. Ooh, that is sweet and inviting. Actually, everybody thinks of Jack Daniels as just boom, this ain't our Jack Daniels, but they do make a lot of different things. It's a single barrel, so this might be different than other single barrel that you might have. And I do like rye. This is okay. Cinnamon, vanilla, just some yeast, like bread. I'm gonna say this banana pudding, like not just bananas, but like banana pudding, just because there's this extra sweetness in there. And I'm not getting the ethanol bite. That's surprising, because I always think in my head, Jack Daniels, that's just crap. But no, this is a very, very nice nose. Maybe right at the end of my nosing, there might be a little bit of like a mint, like kind of like a refreshing little pop at the end. That is a very surprising nose to me, and I actually can't wait to taste this. So let's just do it now. So that was a bit of a bite, but very prominent vanilla notes right on the mid palate, like right before it goes into the finish. But I'm getting those rye pops right in the back of my tongue. Nothing quite in the front of my tongue right now, but the 47% is nice and warm going down. It's like kind of like a brisk day today. I love fall. I will say, when I'm holding it in my mouth, I'm thinking there's a little bit of caramel there. Right before I swallow, just some caramel. That's really nice. So, caramel, vanilla, nice rye spices as well. This is surprising the crap out of me. Wow. Maybe I like Jack Daniels. Oh my god. Instead of just getting Jack and Coke, you can actually just drink Daniels straight up. There was a light note on that. That got a little grapey. A little grapey on that one. I'm gonna add grapes to that. Yeah, that's really nice. I'm very surprised with this. And you might be too if you wanted to get yourself a bottle. So this This little one I got for like 20 bucks on sale, but we're gonna rate the value on the bigger one, the fifth. That one's 55. We're gonna keep that in mind when we do the ratings later. So let's give this guy a rating, shall we? The nose. Oh, I got some grape on that one just now. The nose, I really have to give this nose a 4. This is a very sweet, inviting nose, and when you think about, oh, by the way, this is 4 to 5 years old. There's no age statement on this, so 4 to 5 years old. When I think about Jack Daniels, I just think about this bitey thing. But this is a single barrel rye. It's a different mash bill than what you're gonna get from like the bottom shelf at a bar. So very, very non-bitey, inviting nose. This was very pleasant. It just smelled like you woke up, I don't know, like a Saturday morning and your mom was baking, and you're about to have a pie in the afternoon. This was just very, very nice. So 4 for the nose on that. The palate, I think I'm gonna give the palate, I'm gonna give it a 3. It wasn't quite as I was expecting, a little more deep sweet notes based on what I was smelling. So just a letdown in that regard, not a letdown in the palate in general, but just from what I was expecting, I wanted just some more sweetness on there. But still, very solid palate. That's a 3. For the finish, you know, I gotta be honest, it's not a long finish, but I am still getting, the most prominent note on this finish is grape, which isn't terrible. So I'm gonna give this finish a 3. It's not my favorite finish I've had, but it's definitely pretty solid. The more I sip this, the more grape and bananas I get out of this. That is kind of crazy. Now the value, I don't really think that a fifth of this should be, $55. If I'm gonna be honest, I mean, I spent less money, I'm pretty sure, or the same amount of money on the Japanese, which was awesome. But the Old Scout's $45. The Old Scout's $10 less, and I get way more sweetness out of it, and it actually has less rye in it. So I don't think it's worth that. So I'm gonna give the value a 3. So gonna do some math, get back to you. All right, so overall it came out to be 3 1/4. You know, honestly, higher than I ever thought I would have rated the Jack Daniels. I mean, that's just my, biased opinion. Like, I think the Daniels is bad, but this is a pretty nice, standard whiskey. I didn't hate it. This is, I thought I was just gonna give this all 1s. Honestly, I mean, maybe the just standard Jack Daniels probably, but it's really good. If you find it for cheaper than 55, give it a try. But I think you can either find a little guy like this, get it for like 20 bucks. But I wouldn't spend the full 55 on this. But again, if you're looking for a nice sweet rye, this ain't a bad choice. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers. All right, time to see if my whiskey indifferent wife, I don't think she hates whiskey anymore, which is kind of a good thing. We're getting a little progress here. We're gonna see if she enjoys Jack Daniels. So you know Jack Daniels.
Yes.
But you haven't had a rye whiskey, so let's just try to see if you get any like sweetness out of this. It's gonna hit you really nice, right?
Yeah.
It's a little sweeter than the Sweet Totes American Oak we had, last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's a very pleasant smell.
You don't get any ethanol bite, right? No alcohol, like, yeah.
No, I smell like maple.
Maple, okay, that's a good nose. Okay, look at that.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it a sip. Let's see how you like it. I don't think that was good. What are we thinking?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Well, that was very upsetting.
I'm sorry.
Is it a little burny because of the 47%?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think there's a freaking fly. I'm gonna kill it. All right. What? We have to give it a second sip. I know you said you don't like it, but we can't judge just by the first. We can't. You have to do it just one more. Do it for the fans. Do it for Lifetime fans.
For the lifetime fans.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Exactly. Okay, it doesn't look like it passed the wife test, which is completely okay. She's not gonna like everything. Let's say, is this on the bottom of your list?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, really?
I don't like it.
So you like, well, hold on now. Silver lining here. So that means that she likes Isla more than she likes this. So there's always progress. Always look for the positive side of things. Hey, you know what though? Passed my test, and I think that's all that matters. If you want to see some more whiskey reviews, make sure you subscribe. Like this one if you did like it, and I'll see you next time. All right, time for the whiskey wheel, and I'm just gonna say probably still too soon for another wife choice. I want some variety, and let's just see what we get today. This wheel freaking loves my wife. We are not doing this again. She already takes money in other places. I'm not gonna put it in my whiskey thing either. Ooh! Oh, I've been waiting for this. Octomore 12.1. So if you're unaware of what Octomore is a very heavily peated Isla. I think this one's around 130 ppm, so the wife's gonna hate it, and that's awesome. See you next time.